Hey Collective, welcome back. I hope you're having a good day today. So, some of the world's most brilliant physicists, people like the late Stephen Hawking, have said that philosophy is dead. In books and interviews, they've argued that the biggest questions we've always had, why are we here? What's the point of it all? Aren't for philosophers anymore. Science, they say, is now the one holding the torch of discovery. And the more we learn from science, the clearer the picture becomes. We live in a universe that's vast, silent, and totally indifferent to us. From a purely objective standpoint, the universe doesn't seem to have a point. And if it doesn't, well, neither does your life. Now, that might sound like the start of a pretty bleak day. It feels like a kick to the face, a sudden realization that everything we do, all the loving, the striving, the creating, it's all for nothing. But what if it's not? What if hearing your life has no point isn't a curse, but an invitation? What if this cold, hard truth is actually the most liberating thing you ever hear? Let's be real. This feeling of pointlessness is a pretty modern problem. For most of history, meaning was handed to us. It came from epic religious stories, from strict social roles, or just from the brutal day-to-day struggle to stay alive. But as we got better at science, those external frameworks started to fall apart for a lot of people. We now know we're on a tiny, fragile rock orbiting a pretty average star, in some forgotten corner of a galaxy with billions of other stars, in a universe with billions, maybe even trillions of other galaxies. So we look out at this mind-boggling emptiness, and we shout out our big questions. We beg for a sign, for some hint that our lives matter in the grand scheme of things. And what do we get back? Crickets. Absolutely nothing. Just what the French philosopher Albert Camus called the unreasonable science of the world. This is the heart of what Camus called the absurd. The absurd isn't the universe, and it isn't us. It's the head-on collision between our deep human need for meaning and the universe's total refusal to give us any. It's like shouting into a bottomless canyon and not even getting an echo. We are meaning-making machines thrown into a world that has no meaning to offer. So if we accept this awkward reality, what are we supposed to do? When we're staring this contradiction in the face, Camus said we're tempted by two main escape hatches. He wasn't a fan of either, and I'd have to agree. The first is the most direct: physical suicide. If life is meaningless and the pain is too great, it might seem logical to just check out. Camus took this question incredibly seriously, calling it the one truly serious philosophical problem. But he decided that suicide isn't a solution, it's a surrender. It's letting the absurd win. It's giving up on the fight. The second, much more common escape is what he called philosophical suicide. This is the leap of faith. And it doesn't just mean religion, though that's a big one. It's blindly devoting yourself to any ideology, any political party, any pre-packaged belief system that promises to solve the problem of meaning for you. It's squeezing your eyes shut to the silent universe and choosing to believe without proof in a higher purpose or a grand historical plan. To Camus, this was just intellectually dishonest. It's trying to ignore the absurd by pretending the conflict isn't there. Sure, it's comforting, but you trade your freedom and clear-eyed awareness for that comfort. You're choosing a cozy illusion over reality. So if both escapes are dead ends, no pun intended, what's left? What's the brave and honest way to live? The answer is the third way: rebellion. Rebellion, in this sense, isn't about picking up a protest sign or storming a castle. It's a constant, personal, internal revolution. It's the decision to live in spite of a meaningless universe. It's staring straight into that silent cosmic abyss and choosing to live anyway. With passion, with intensity, and with total defiance. To rebel is to accept the absurd without giving in to it. It means holding two opposite ideas in your head at the same time. My life has no ultimate cosmic point, and I'm going to live this life like it's the most important thing in the cosmos. This is where real freedom kicks in. Once we're not bogged down trying to find some pre-written meaning, we're finally free to create our own. I think it was another French philosopher, I don't know if I'm going to be able to pronounce this right, Sartre, who said existence precedes essence, which echoes that same idea. Think about a letter opener. Someone designs it with a purpose, its essence, and then it's made, its existence. For us humans, he said, it's the other way around. We're just thrown into the world. We exist first. There's no divine blueprint or cosmic job description for human. We just are. And because we exist first, we are, in his words, condemned to be free. We have to define our own essence through the choices we make and the actions we take. This rebellion isn't a one-time thing. It's how you live. It's how you move through the world. It's choosing to love, to create, to learn, to build, to feel joy and pain, all while knowing none of it was written in the stars. It's saying the universe may be silent, but I don't have to be. You become the one and only author of your own meaning. The universe didn't give you a rule book, so you get to write it yourself. Free will is a gift. To really drive this home, Camus uses the ancient Greek myth of Sisyphus. Now, if you're not familiar with Sisyphus, he was a clever king who defied the gods and was given a bullshit punishment for it. For all of eternity, he has to push a giant boulder up a mountain, only to watch it roll back down the second he nears the top. Then he has to walk his ass back down the mountain and start his pointless task all over again. It's the ultimate picture of a hopeless, repetitive, meaningless life. Now, I think along with Camus, a lot of us see Sisyphus as a metaphor for the human condition. Grinding away at the never-ending work, eat, sleep, repeat cycle can feel pretty Sisyphean. But here's where that idea gets flipped on its head. Imagine Sisyphus the moment the boulder rolls back down. As he walks down the mountain to get it, he is conscious. He is completely aware of how futile his job is, how hopeless his situation is. This is where the tragedy should be, but it's also where Sisyphus finds his victory. In that moment of awareness, he could do something the gods never intended. He could scorn his fate. But by fully acknowledging the absurdity of his situation and choosing to push the stupid rock anyway, he rises above his punishment. The struggle becomes his. He finds meaning not in getting to the top, that's impossible, but in the act of pushing. The journey up the mountain, the strain in his muscles, the rock on his shoulder, that is his world, his life. And by embracing it, he reclaims his dignity. He becomes the master of his own fate. Camus ends his essay with one of the most powerful lines in all of philosophy. The struggle itself toward the heights is enough to fill a man's heart. One must imagine Sisyphus happy. All that to say, the statement, "Your life has no point," isn't an end. It's a starting line. It's the ultimate permission slip. It's a blank canvas. The lack of cosmic preordained purpose isn't a scary void. It's an open space for you to fill with whatever you choose. We're all Sisyphus. We all have our boulders, our work, our relationships, our private struggles. The point is to fall in love with the process of pushing. To find your joy, your dignity, and your meaning in the struggle itself. To live with so much passion and awareness that you too can look at your fate and smile. We all have a choice in everything we do, everything we think, everything we feel, every single day. Free will is a gift given so we can make our own fate. The universe doesn't have a point, but that's exactly what frees you to have yours. And that will always be a good thing indeed. Like and subscribe for more journeys into what makes us human. And until next time, friends, keep healing. See ya.